What's good? It's your boy Slim Trader back at it again with another weekend analysis. Um, Last week I didn't really trade much. It was actually my birthday week, so I wasn't really looking into the markets too much. I did take a few small losses at the beginning of the week and just realized, okay, CPI has probably got everybody consolidating. So I waited until after CPI and I traded on Friday and got most of those losses back. So overall, I took an L for the week, but it wasn't that bad. So here we are this week. Like I said, I really didn't get to dissect the markets midweek and see what possibly could be happening. And this week is kind of going to be unknown territory for me as well because I'm just now opening up the charts and trying to see what is possibly going to go on this week. So bear with me, but we got some pairs to uncover. Of course, USD JPY, GBP USD, GBP JPY, the per usual, and GBP AUD. Possibly, depending on time, we can add another one in there. But for now, let's start with USD JPY. I did, like last week, I did erase this downtrend that we did have because we already clipped it, and I feel like we're gonna start heading back up and reaching back to the 150 level with USD JPY. Right now, we we let me see where we stopped at. We stopped last week around this area at the red bar. We did retrace a little bit, hit the green trend line, and now we're making a new high. So with USD JPY, I can see price still continuing up even higher. Like I said, 150 probably the end goal. It looks like the bullish momentum has started, and we're not going to see 140 or below at this particular moment. I really don't see price getting down below 143 this week at all. I think we're just going to still continue to push up. I know we have PPI. No, we had PPI last week. We have a couple of news going on for the United States for the dollar, and then we also have inflation for Japan uh, this week. Inflation, which is going to be very important for that currency. So we'll be looking forward to seeing, especially what the inflation rate on the 18th is going to bring. But back to USD JPY, what I feel like it's going to do right now, we're sitting on a major key level, and we ended the day bearish. However, there was a wick to the upside, let you know that there are some buyers. There's actually, let me erase this fib real quick. There's actually this wick is way more than the body itself, so it kind of lets me know that there are buyers here in the market that's ready to push the price up a little bit more. We do have the moving average crossover, blue over the red, so that kind of indicates or entails that we'll be heading up possibly. And it's the path to least resistance is what I've always preached. And right now, we don't really have much of a resistance up this way. We do have a lot of resistance here, support levels and things of that nature that we could come back down and retest. I'm not saying that we may not go down there, but if we do pull a deeper retracement, no lower than 143. But I do see price possibly heading up from here. 148 target level possibly for the week of USD JPY. Let's see, we can go down onto a lower time frame and try to catch a trend line here. We could start from this low. We have this. I don't know why this trend line is like that, but let's change it up a little bit. So we kind of broke through the trend line a little bit here, but this support is still holding on this key level. Not until we see price possibly break below this area is where I would probably be like, okay, maybe something else could be happening, but 143 at the lowest. So that is my take on USD JPY. We have a nice uptrend going, and I don't see it stopping. The dollar is still looking pretty good. So our next one we have is going to be GBP USD. It's still consolidating in between the 126 and 128. Um, I don't know. I've been bullish on it, but it's having so much trouble. Let's erase this. It's having so much trouble getting up further, and it seems like this area of 127,675 area, it's having its issues. So until we can see a break of this red trend line or a break above this bar, I can't touch GU. And GU actually got me in trouble last week because I really thought it was gonna take off, but it didn't. Um, but we're squeezing into this trend line and this resistance. So only time can tell what we got going on with GU. We can go to the daily and see how it ended for the day. A lot of wicking for the past week or so. We had this big doji last Friday for the NFP, so it's a lot of indecision. And this doji is about the size of the whole consolidation zone. Since then, we actually been trading above that level, so it kind of gives me an indication that we're still going to be heading up, simply because we're still making higher highs, higher lows, and then we're trading. If you think of a consolidation zone, like let me just draw something real quick. Put you guys on game real quick. We got a consolidation zone, and I'm glad this line's in the middle. If we're in consolidation, we have price just staying in this range or whatever it may be. Now we know this area below is pretty much bearish territory. You think about it as like tug of war. This team, the price is down here, this team is winning, which is the Bears. If price is up here, the Bulls are winning. The middle is like the equilibrium. The middle, nobody's winning. It's even. It's tied. So you think of it like that in the game of tug of war. Price down here, Bears are winning. Price up here, Bulls are winning. Here is neutral. Nobody has an advantage, if you may say. So when I look at consolidation zones like this right here, this whole area, we're trading above the neutral zone in favor of the Bulls. So we have Bulls just like, even if you look at the past several days, you can see we only had two red candles, and we always have wicks to the upside. Price wants to try to drop down, but buyers keep bringing it up, and it's bringing it up higher and higher. So we could possibly, I just don't like price at a resistance so close, because it's hard to just push up without any type of spring. So possibly price could head a little bit back down and then make that move up. That's what I would ideally like to see. We're staying above right now on the daily, we're staying above the moving average. So I have no reason to think that we can just drop down. And if we drop down, um, I won't be trading. I won't be trading until I see the moving. I won't be trading for sales until I see the moving average crossing over red over the blue, and then I'll be looking for sales. But until then, I'm still going to try to look for buying opportunities. I don't I really don't like this. It's not looking like it's strong enough to break this level. And even if it does, 128,500 is going to be the next zone to reckon with, and from there, that's about almost 100 pips, and then that's like a whole nother level GBP USD has to worry about before getting any higher than that. So it's almost like one step at a time for GBP USD. We have some news: unemployment rate, inflation. So those are my important ones that I would like to look at for GBP. And unemployment is on the 16th, and inflation's on the 17th. So some important news fundamentals going on for the pound this week as well. So as of right now, I'm undecided. Well, I'm still bullish on GU, but we're just consolidating. Look, we're just doing this. I mean, we do have this one little move that peaked above it, but since then we haven't really we really haven't done anything. So I do like how I did make this little new high right here. That kind of gives me hope that it's been making higher highs and higher lows. So that's good news for people who's trying to look for buys for GBP USD. Okay, so now we have GBP JPY. GBP JPY. We've already eclipsed this whole strong bearish part that I thought was gonna dip price all the way down to 176. Unfortunately, for my sentiment, unfortunately that didn't happen. GBP JPY decided to take off the other direction. So right now, what I'm just looking for is to see if whenever price wants to break this little mini counter trend and start heading up even more. I did have my alerts here to kind of like let me know what's going on. But if this trend line can break, this little mini counter trend can break on the 90 and show me some type of bullish momentum trading above 185 and the moving average crossover, I'm taking this all the way up here, up to about 180. I say 188. I know this line is definitely where at the start of my key level, but 188 is also a psychological level. So I would be taking a buy up to 188 with GBP JPY, GBP JPY. Once that, once we can start seeing that move bounce back to the other direction, I can see price getting down further to 184 before we start seeing that type of move happen. But until then, I see a nice bullish move to the upside. And then if you look at this whole leg though, this is the actual leg that we're looking at. So if price decides to dip down to, I would love actually to see GJ get down to 182 and then push up to 188 area. That would be more what I would like to see and be more confident in a buy. However, price could still decide to bounce at a higher rate, but we'll see. So right now, final answer, GJ could possibly get down to these levels, which I would love to see 50 between 50, 61.8, and then ultimately making that new high. And then after that, it will pretty much match this last high, and I can definitely see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. So we have, let me see, 1 second. And then looking at the daily, how we left off, we had this big bullish move, and then a couple of small red candles. We have the moving average blue over the red, so it indicates that we have changed the trend for the time being. We already passed this. I guess this was the counter trend. We already passed it, so possibly could be moving up to make some more highs. I was just feeling bearish about GJ last week or two because I felt like this area right here was a major key level that we dipped below, and we had made this double top and dip lower, and it just made me feel like okay, we were below the moving average, so I was just like okay, we can try to see some changes here. But then after that daily of this candle, this big bullish candle, it wiped out a lot of bearish momentum. And since then, it's just been riding to the up um, higher. So ride the trend. The trend is your friend. Overall, we're in an uptrend anyway. So just ride the trend until it gives you some other different inclination that it wants to go down. And that's what I feel like I'm going to do with GJ. I done changed my bias and sentiment to bullish on GBP JPY. Next, we have GBP AUD. Now, GBP AUD, I was expecting price to come on down to this area, but it looks like the long-term trend line decided that it wants to bring in the buyer. So I am definitely bullish on GBP AUD. I could see us making a new high. or coming back up to the 198 level. So what I'm gonna do for GBP, I think GBP AUD, I think it's looking like it's ready for some buying opportunities. So I'm going to look at some buys. I would like to see. I want to see the moving average get above this 190 level. That's just me. I like to sometimes when I'm uncertain, I wanna see what the moving average is looking like. I think my key levels are very precise to where I can look at moving averages and kind of get a sense of what price wants to do and where it wants to head. I would like to see price try to trade above this blue line and then try to make some type of bullish momentum in order for me to get in for a buy. As of right now, I am bullish. However, that's what I would like to see. I could see we could see price dip down below first, maybe 188, 189 to 188 level, and then making that move because it looked like it could be due for a pullback. But definitely bullish on GBP AUD. Next we have, let me put that back up on here. GBP AUD, I did say that. Okay. Let's see what the daily was looking like, how we closed. We did close with this with this bearish candle with a long wick where it shows that price ultimately did come down, retest this key level support, and then the buyers came back in, pushed it up. It didn't make a new high though, and it didn't go below the low of the day prior. So it's kind of like in between that range, between the between this candle high and this candle low. I know there's a lot going on in here, but um, we have to see if price wants to break that that day's high or low. I would like to see it make a new high tomorrow or today and then go from there. But GBP AUD, I am bullish. Euro JPY, it's kind of like doing the same thing GBP JPY was doing. And right now we're crossing over on the moving average to the upside. So it looks like this mini counter trend possibly over. We did kind of touch the long-term trend line on Euro JPY on this around the that was last month. But we've been making higher highs and higher lows since. So we already price is trading above one of the key levels that I have. I just think that this is a big retracement to where we can possibly see price pass and break the 160 level and get back to around 162. I am also bullish on Euro JPY. I just want to see where we could possibly get in for another buy. We have price going down right now. We can see it getting between the 61.8 and 78.6. 78.6 seems the most ideal level for me to get in for a buy. And I'll probably be scaling down and seeing what price wants to do around that level if it decides to get there between the 61.8 and 78.6, and I would like to see some type of bullish momentum or bullish structure, and I definitely get in for a buy and take it to the 160,500 level or this 27 extension, whichever. But definitely I am looking for buys on Euro JPY. So that is pretty much my analysis for the week. I know I have said past couple of weeks that I was going to do another video as far as outlook for the year. Hold on tight, that is coming. For the delay and for the wait, I may just come in midweek around Wednesday and do a midweek analysis for you guys so we can try to see how the market is moving throughout the week, and that may possibly be a normal event. But until then, it's your boy Slim Trader. Happy trading.